yeah, there's a fair bit to do in Magic Stage, but a lot of people like Tech Stage. So hold on to this. We move on to Tech Stage, and the first machine you want to make in Tech Stage is the solid fuel generator, which looks like this. Solid fuel generator is made with iron plates like so, a furnace and an energy pylon core, which has 4 iron plates like so, 4 rose red dye, and a block of redstone. Solid fuel generator places down. You put coal into it, or any solid fuel. Put this kind of coal in for it. You see it has a little counter saying how it's doing, burn time and stored energy. 2 things being registered there. And you want to make a thing called a plate former. That's the second machine you're going to want to make. It requires bronze machine casing, which is bronze plates, redstone, energy pylon core, 2 stone, and 3 pistons. You can either place this next to the solid fuel generator and it will fill up its energy buffer there. So you see that's it uncharged, that's it charged. Or you can do the other thing, which is this, using these energy pylons made by Tson craft. Energy pylons connects there, and you simply link from beginning to end with the wrench. As such, it's a wireless energy transfer over a short distance. And you can see it's charging up from here directly, which is nice. You can also use these things called energy distributors, which I'm actually going to do now. These do not connect to machines, however, you can connect them to other pylons. So a pylon can only connect to 1 output, so I'm actually going to disconnect this pylon by holding secondary effect and right-clicking on it. Unlink all pylon connections. Now this will not gain energy anymore. If I link this to here, to this distributor, and then link this distributor up to this pylon, we should see this is now filled. And if I make a crusher, and I put a pylon on top of that, doesn't really matter where it goes, it connects down anyway, or whichever way. Times it down first of all, and then toggle. And I just simply connect this distributor up to this pylon as well. You'll see this is now filling up. And if I try and link this pylon to here, we'll see the first pylon already has an output connection, so can't do that. Right. And to clear, if you've got a pylon information stored there, you'll see because it's glowing, you can just hold secondary effect on the ground and just right-click to clear it from that wrench. So these are now charged and ready to go, pretty much. The nice thing about this power system is it actually integrates into RF now. So if you have an RF mod like Ender.io or Mechanism, it will actually work with the machines here, which is nice. And these pylons will also be able to connect to those machines too, in theory. So the way these machines work is the crusher, for example, we can put some stone in there, it will give us infused, or it will give us the cobblestone, for example. And if I put the cobblestone in, it will give us nothing because it's not done. But that works like so. And if I put some ingots into this one, the plate former here will give me plates. And it has a progress bar. It also has energy upgrade and speed upgrade slots to make them go faster and be more energy efficient. So that's that. And there's also some other machines such as the furnace, which is just a faster furnace. Self-explanatory. Put one there. Connect up. It's distributed to there. Should charge up the furnace now. Yep. Smelt the cobblestone back into stone. It uses quite a bit of energy, these machines do. This distributor probably isn't fast enough to distribute this properly, so we're going to upgrade our energy tier to advanced energy pylons. Let's just break all of these for a moment. Now put that stone back, put the distributor down, put the pylons in. These are the advanced tier of pylons. They require electrum plates around an advanced energy core, which requires cactus green, steel plates, energized redstone. And the energy distributors are more expensive. Lime dye, energized redstone, steel plates makes 1 core, whereas this core is made 2. Connect to the distributor here, distributor up to these 3 locations here. We should find it charges up a bit quicker. Yeah, it's quite a bit quicker actually. But this should be not quite discharging fully yet. But we can actually stick another pylon in there to help that out. There. Yeah, there we go, that should be better. You can attach more pylons to the side of these things to make it faster. Cool. And these should be charging up quite nicely now. Yeah, they are. Good. So the other machines are the compactor. These are basically all just different recipes. The alloy furnace, the hydrator, and the magmite reactor. These are all machines that are available to you. all these up. So that to there, that to there, that to there, that to there. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with the alloy furnace. This is an interesting one. So this has 2 slots, unlike these other machines have 1. So what you want to do is put in your ingots, for example, so 3 copper and 1 tin. In any arrangement, you can put it on this side or the other side. That'll make 4 bronze ingots directly. Or if you put, say, a silver and a gold ingot, which I need to get now. Can I just do this? No. Damn it. Just get gold ingot now. Gold can get from here. Put them in like so. Makes electrum. Nice. And you can make steel the first time by getting an iron ingot and 8 pieces of coal. It's the only way to make steel in the game currently, unless you've got another mod that makes steel. It will all dictionary, but that's how you make steel in Tson Craft. Using the alloy furnace. You can only make using the alloy furnace. So these are the 3 recipes for the alloy furnace currently. If we look at the hydrator, this is another interesting machine. It's a bucket slot for putting water into. Grab some water buckets. You can put it into here, like so. If you have a mod that has like pumps, like fluid moving things, you can actually put fluid into the hydrator via pipes, which is nice. Yeah, so I'll just fill it up a little bit. And if I grab some unrefined magmite, so 2 pieces of that, put that into the hydrator, it will make pure magnet dust at the cost of a little bit of water. 250, I think. If I hover over this, yeah, 250 millibuckets per process. Which is cool. It tells you how much water's in there. It will have little tooltips telling you what to do. We have the compactor, which is also pretty important. This machine, well, I'll just show you actually. If we grab hold of the, what is the compactor? I don't remember what this does. Ah, yes, we can make, not that one. If I look at this, we can make electric compactor recipes, turn things like panes of glass back into glass, ice back into packed ice, wood back into logs, and sticks back into planks, and sand back into sandstone, snow into ice, that sort of stuff. So it's sort of like a reverse crafting table sort of situation. And then we move on to the Magma reactor, the most important machine out of all of these. Well, sort of, I suppose. You immediately notice that things are slightly different. It's a different colour for starters. This is blue, the energy bar is blue, and it says 32,000. This one has an orange energy bar and orange words, 64,000. How does this work? Well, what you do is you put in your machine, so I'll put my electric furnace into this slot. It will slowly process itself into a magmite furnace. You can do that with all of the machines. And essentially the only difference is that happens is they are slightly more energy efficient than regulars. This will also use up all the energy. Magmite furnace looks like that. It's more energy efficient than a regular electric furnace. The upgrades are more effective. It's also a bit faster. So it's just generally better than the standard furnace over there. And also another thing you can do, you can put redstone to the power slot. It will charge it up slightly to get going. That's something you can do. With actually all of these machines, to be fair, if I put that in there, for example, if I pop down a hydrator, I can actually charge it up using redstone by putting it in this slot here. So if I grab some infused cobblestone, I'll put it into the furnace here. You see, it's a little bit quicker than a regular furnace. We can, of course, put speed upgrades in, but I won't show those because no point, really. I think they're pretty self-explanatory, really. So another thing about these energy pylons is that the core versions of them can be used as decoration blocks. So these blocks here, the energy pylon cores, distributors, and so on, these are actually decoration blocks, and they actually emit light. So if I set it to nighttime, see they emit light. If I pop one down over here, so you can use them as little lights for some description on a wall or something. If you want to do that for some sort of industrial looking thing, some description. that's how they work. They're also obviously crafting ingredients for the other things. So something I forgot to mention about the cave dirt here is that it actually works like regular dirt in that you can use a hoe on it to make cave farmland, which will also accept water and all of that stuff, which is pretty cool in itself. However, it's not the best. There's another machine called Powered Soil, which requires energy pylon, tin machine casing, and cave dirt. Powered Soil is pretty awesome. I plant some wheat seeds on it. Seeds. But without any power, it will make them grow a little bit quicker. However, if I supply power to it via, say, an energy pylon or something, that's the wrong kind. I need these. I'll just supply power to it like so. These have a distance. I think they can't send more than 10 blocks. It probably would be able to get over there, but can't be bothered to risk it. Supply power, and you see it immediately gets a lot faster. It uses quite a bit of power, but on the other hand, I've got a lot of power to use, and this is going pretty good. So the cave farmland's pretty effective at growing crops, basically. So yeah, that's how that works. So another thing that we have in the mod are solar panels, because it's a tech part of the mod. You've got to have solar panels in these things, and they're crafted pretty simply: lapis lazuli, copper plates, and energy distributed cores. Solar panel will generate a little bit of energy, so long as there's sun above it. This is that's in RF currently. That's reading out as generates quite a bit of energy, but that's that. And you can connect them up with pylons to whatever, basically. Just connect up to there for now, and we'll see that this is now emptying out, and it will actually be filling up to here. There are upgraded versions of the solar panels. So there's quad solar panel, which you're going to get 4 of them. Has the effectiveness of 4. You can actually connect them side by side like this into a pylon, like so. That will work, and that will send energy as such. You can also send a thing called an advanced solar panel. So basically, something that happens with the way the solar panels work is that you have a choice. You can reach a level and then make it a quad, which cannot be further upgraded. You make it a quad, it's final. However, you can also upgrade it to an advanced solar panel, or even a light panel, which has a different purpose. I'll talk about that in a moment. The advanced solar panel will generate more energy, about the same as the quad panel. However, it can be further upgraded into its own version of the quad panel, or even the higher tier, which can also be turned into a quad panel. We'll just put down an advanced solar panel like so, and this will generate more power than this pylon can take out of it. So I'll actually just do that, and now we should see that it's draining power successfully into this area. You can actually do that sort of thing where you link just over the top of itself, which is cool. Yeah, so the other thing I was talking about was the light panels. These things are pretty strange. So as you can see, it just sort of generates power like a regular solar panel. However, if I set it to nighttime, you might be thinking, okay, so solar panels obviously won't generate power at nighttime. Neither is this. So what's up? Why is this more expensive than a regular solar panel? Well, what happens is if you place a glowstone block directly on top of it, it will continue to generate power. And even if it's daytime, even if I place a block on top of it, like so. So essentially what happens is this can be used underground to generate power from this glowstone, or at nighttime, if necessary. And there's also a quad variant of it as well, which is pretty cool. But having said that, there is also another type of solar panel that exists, but not so much solar panel, it's called a lunar panel. It uses quartz instead of lapis. And what it is, well, it's essentially a solar panel that works at nighttime and only at nighttime. But they're identical except for their appearance, of course. They look slightly different appearance-wise. But other than that, they have exactly the same statistics, they just work at different times of the day, basically. Just to say the opposite time of the day. So the other thing we've got is an energy storage device. There's an upgraded version of it as well. It was made not using the reactor, but using some upgrade things like so. The energy storage device looks like that when placed down. There's a little bar on its interface here. So I'm going to grab some top tier solar panels. I'm just going to grab 2 of them and grab advanced energy pylons. So do this, get the energy out of it quite nicely. Hey, why am I doing that? I should just connect up to here, shouldn't I? I should de-link all of these now. Alright, that goes to there, that goes to there, that goes to there, that goes to there, goes to there, that goes to there, that goes to there. If I look in here, you'll see the bar is filling up with energy, which is pretty cool. So that's what that looks like. And if I connect a advanced energy straight to the front of it, it will push out energy directly into this one. And as you can see, this one stores quite a bit more. Yeah, slightly over 2 million. Well, sorry, 20 million. Yeah, slightly over 20 million. Whereas this one only stores, gosh, there's a lot of flickering. About 500,000. And this one has an orange bar, just as the Magma machines from the other place do. These can be rotated by holding secondary effect key, which is your Z, and right-clicking on a side. And these will actually rotate the block round so the front is facing a different way. It's pretty cool. It can actually be used on these machines as well to do that if you need, but you don't really need to do that quite a lot. But anyway, this will charge up slowly over time, very slowly, it seems. I'm going to point this up now, we can put that on here. But it will charge up pretty slowly. And these solar panels will not work when it's raining either, which is annoying. But I can just turn off the rain, so. You can also view the energy by just right-clicking with the wrench on the block somewhere. But this will charge up, and you can obviously pull energy out of it using a pylon. And I'll hook it into the main system, like so. Yeah. Now we're just pulling energy out into the system. But we've still got more than enough energy to handle it. So that is pretty much it, actually. I haven't covered the upgrades, but they're pretty self-explanatory. Oh yes, I forgot. So I was talking about the Shadow Blade earlier. This is an uncraftable weapon, currently. I intend to add a crafting process to it, but it'll be a ritual of some description. You can obviously enchant it using Magma Blend, which is a thing that happens in it. Basically enchants a tool with tool-specific upgrades, so a sword will get efficiency. Well, sorry, this isn't a sword, so we'll get a random enchantment of some description. So efficiency not breaking for some reason, but that's just obviously the default, I guess. So Magma is useless on this one, but this one is called Moridak, and this is a mace, and this is a sword, so we'll get sharpness 4 and unbreaking 3. This weapon is pretty good, to be honest. It does a lot of damage per hit, but it does attack quite slowly. Obviously it has a sweep attack of the sword that you're used to, compared to the Shadow Blade, which is sort of targets one guy, does a light amount of damage, but can just hit quite quickly. This one can be used for instantly taking out chickens or whatever, like that. So Moridak is pretty cool, and the Shadow Blade is also quite good. These are uncraftable, but for law's sake they've been added because they are the ancient weapons used by the heroes of the old time before we arrived at the stage that we are in today. So I think other than that, oh yeah, these things as well. Yeah, more stuff in text age. These things could be ESA. These aren't fully implemented yet, but essentially they're just sets of armor that buff you in their current demo state. So they give me a bunch of speed. They give me speed boosts, attack speed increase, and attack damage increase. So, for example, if I run over here, I should be able to punch a chicken, or one punch. I'm not actually sure, one or two. Oops, one punch. Okay. Whereas if I'm not wearing it, it takes like 4 hits or something to kill a chicken, or 2 hits, and then 4 hits to kill a chicken. Yeah. Whereas if I'm wearing it, it will one-shot a chicken with my fist. Like so. This stuff is pretty good, and you can upgrade it using diamond armor to make it into the armored version, which when worn looks like so. and it has exactly the same bonuses, except that it gives you damage resistance as well. So this stuff doesn't give you any damage resistance, whereas this will give you damage resistance of some description. About the same. I think it's slightly better than Diamond Armor, actually. But these two ESA things are completely unbreakable in their current state. I intend to add some kind of parallel durability, but not durability sort of thing, because they're quite expensive to make. All this energized redstone steel plate and steel, basically. It's all just steel, basically. Yeah, so that is it, I think, for this video so far. I can't think of anything else to talk about when it comes to the mod, really. I think I've covered pretty much everything. And again, if you are stuck, everything's in here for you to use if you need. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this spotlight on Tson Craft. It's gone on for quite a while, an hour and a half, but that's just because there's quite a lot to cover, really. I probably covered it a bit slower than most people would, but that's to be expected, as I did make the mod, and as a result, I know all the sort of ins and outs of it, and make sure that I get everything. Currently is the idea, pretty much. Yeah, and I don't want to get anything wrong, because that would be a bit embarrassing if I got anything wrong to a major extent within this spotlight. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I look forward to continuing to program this in the future. I've got a couple more things planned for the future before I start just working on polishing up what is already there as it is, and similar things to that, really, as I progress. But there's a fair bit to come on the way before potentially another rewrite or a reimagining, I suppose, potentially. It's kind of hard to say at this point, but there's a lot of stuff still to come for this version of Tson Craft. Version 3, as it is, this current version is, this specific version is 3.5.0. We'll be receiving some bug fix updates. I've got some planned already. So, for example, the Lord fights against these guys, I'm removing their knockback, so you can't knock them back, which means you do actually have to sort of outplay them properly, as opposed to just standing still and hitting them backwards. And they also will not drop their crystal things if they're not killed by you. So if they're not killed by a player, then they won't drop the crystals that will give you access to all this cool stuff down here. Just to make it a bit tougher for the player, so you can't set up a trap to just farm them or whatever, or something like that. So yes, I hope you guys enjoy the spotlight, and I hope you guys check out the mod, because I put a lot of effort into it, and I think that a lot of you guys may enjoy it. There's a lot of stuff to do, and it adds a lot of sort of random utilities as well as just fun things to just sort of focus on, to magic and tech, as well as sort of things like the transmutation system and you know, like different recipes for slime balls and these tool parts and things, as well as balls and all that stuff. Yeah. So I look forward to making further updates to it, and making more videos about those updates, so I can get you guys informed as to what is to come in the future. Because I do have some more big plans after this, though I am likely to take a small break after 3.5 to reconsolidate some things for 3.6, and probably spend a while programming that to get it to be as good as possible, and bring in some interesting changes to what is already there without removing what is already there. And it is likely to be a technology update, so it will probably include the finishing off of the ESA here, I would imagine, and some other things. So again, as I've said, this will be the third time. Hope you guys enjoyed the spotlight, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.